Good afternoon guys, welcome once again to the towpath of the Grand Union Canal. It's Sunday the 2nd of May today. It's about 6 PM. I've come for a bit of a late one. I think I might fish till maybe 11 or 12. Reason being, it's been a reasonably warm day for this year. It's been terrible, hasn't it? But a reasonably warm day. We did have a frost last night, we were having frost every night. But that's the reason I've come today, because there's not a frost due this evening. So I've come out to fish late in the hope that it doesn't get cold. Because what I've been finding, you haven't seen me for a week. I have been out a couple of times with a couple of mates of mine. And what I've been finding is that sport just dies. If it goes cold, sport just dies. If the air temperature drops, it just dies here. Well, I'll go into exactly what's been happening this week in a few minutes. But for now, what I've done is, I bought a bit of everything, to be honest. There's still a few boats running. In fact, I can see two in the distance at the moment passing each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fish the pole in the edge for now, till the boats ease off. I've also bought, clearly after the last session we had, or the session a week ago I should say, I've bought a deadbait sleeper rod as well. I've actually bought two deadbait rods with me. I may just deadbait as it gets dark. I've also bought my ultralight mini feeder rod as well, so I may go on that because I have a bit of shoulder trouble, to be honest. Not pole related, but I think I would like to fish the pole into dark. I do enjoy that, but it may be that my shoulders give me a bit of jip. I'm not sure if I've slept on it funny or something, but it's a bit achy this morning. I've got all this muscle up here. Anyway, enough of that. So I may go on the ultralight with one deadbait sleeper rod. Whatever happens, I'll only be fishing two rods. But as I say, I've just bought all the options with me this evening. It's not supposed to rain, but there's definitely a big black shower going across over there. So, you know, I've had to bring some clothes with me as well, some waterproof. So anyway, I'm waffling. I'm going to start off, as I say, fishing the pole in the edge because of the boats. And we'll just suck it and see as to what we do. But it'd be great, wouldn't it, to catch some nice rudd that live here. Some nice roach that started to appear recently again in the week, which again I'll touch on. And there's some lovely predators. Again, I'll touch on that in a minute. But I'm going to set my gear up and we'll get cracking. So guys, what I'm going to do is go with my usual standard array of baits. Maggots, got some worm, some bread, bit of sweet corn. You can probably see I've got my thermals on as well. It is going to go relatively cold. By sort of midnight, it's going to be down to about 7, I think, which is a lot better than it has been recently. I've also got some bit of ground bait there, some non-fish meal ground bait, which is mixed up very, very dry, if you can see that. The idea being I'll throw it in and just let it sort of almost clouds the water rather than going to the bottom. I'm going to get something over there. That's it, it's just clouding up nicely. And what I'm going to do, really the aim is to fish a line in the edge, and when the boats stop, like I say, but being bank holiday Sunday, who knows when that will be, we'll fish out in the track as well, down the middle. But for now, we'll chuck a bit of bait in before we start. A few maggots. It's been very, very patchy here, very patchy indeed. The last week, I've been out twice in the last week, and once I came out with my friend Mick. Now clearly I'm sure if you follow the channel you'll know that last Monday I had a double figure zander out here, which they're rather rare creatures, to say the least. And my friend Mick has been after one for literally years. It's all he really fishes for on the canal, so clearly I brought him up here. I'd actually feel a bit guilty, to be honest, for catching it a bit too far away from where he lives for him to come up and have a look that evening, because it was about 10 o'clock on, like I say, Monday evening. But yeah, it was rather, well, ridiculously unexpected. I mean, I think I touched on previously in that video that I didn't have a big landing net with me. I had to get it into this little pan landing net, which was fun. I'd come out because again, if you see my videos, you'll know I've been getting trouble along here with pike attacking my keep net, and they're decent pike as well. The one I saw was £7-8 that was attacking my keep net. So really, I bought the gear for that. That's the whole point of me bringing my predator gear, was just to catch the pike that was clearly along here. It looked like a reasonable fish, like I say. I say nothing doing, so I chucked it out to some cover, and as I said in that video, just kind of, I said in the video, forgot about it. I didn't exactly forget about it. I mean, it's on an alarm. So, and the rest is history. I mean, I'll stick a link up there. You can go and have a look at that video if you haven't seen it. But yeah, I wasn't prepared with the landing net, because, like I say, I was intending to catch that pike that was in here, and I just thought, well, if I catch that pike, I'll just chin it out. It's not a problem. So guys, as I mentioned, lots of boats. There is now another one coming. Lots and lots of them. But not a problem. It does tend to stir the place up a bit, and I found it's quite good. Obviously it wouldn't be great if I was trying to fish out there. But, I do find it quite good that they stir it up. It does get the fish moving a little bit in these colder temperatures, and slow down for me as well, bless him. Which lots of them don't do, but that's very nice of them. So, what's been happening this week? Well, I came out Wednesday evening. Again, I do a bit of pole fishing. Brought my friend Mick with me, as I say. Came up, and it was, rather than Xander, it was pike soup. It was crazy. It was pike going absolutely crazy. About an hour at dusk, it went absolutely crazy. It was, I've never seen anything like it. They were attacking the pike float. All sorts. So much so in the end, and as I touched on at the beginning, my pole session just died completely. As soon as it started to get cold, it does. Just absolutely died. So I thought, well, that's that. If you can't beat him, join him. Mick had he'd lost a double. He'd had a small one, about £2. He had one about £4 as well. So he was having a great session. So I thought, right, that's it. So packed my gear away. I hadn't had a bite for about an hour and a half. Packed the pole away, went and grabbed my predator gear. Oh, there we go. This is the bait that's right down by my feet. Yeah. End of the keep net job. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, something's off with it. Yeah. This feels decent. Yeah. Well, ring, guys. He's just cross-lined me. Ooh, that's decent. Pike. Oh. It's like a nice pike. Gotcha. Whew, that's a nice one. Well guys, there we go. Nice pike. I'm thinking perhaps this is the one that's been attacking my keep net the last few sessions. Got him from just down in front of the reeds down here. That's great. Very lean fish. Unfortunately he's been in the wars, I think, with Mr. Otter by the looks of that. But yeah, well pleased with that. Fantastic. Now the next time I came out on Friday. my mate James. James came up. He likes a bit of predator fishing as well, and having seen all the pike. Again, I came up, do a bit of pole fishing, and he came up to do a bit of pike fishing. And I'd had a few. By the time we got here, I had a nice rudd, a couple of silver breams, some skimmers, but it wasn't very prolific. So again, it was umming and ahhing as to what to do. And once again, I went and got the predator gear, but I didn't do much good that day at all. But there was a pike at the end of my net again, so got James to chuck his dead bait rod on the end of it, and that was he had a double out. It was around about £12 from memory. It was a lovely fish, as you can see. Yeah, it's a nice pike here. They seem to be very hungry as well at the moment. Oh, here we go. First fish of the day. That's good timing. That's this. So skimmers are here again. I have to say, of all the fish in here to catch, skimmers are definitely my least favourite. There do seem to be plenty of them about though. But at least there's some fish, get some bites. We may catch some bigger fish later on, who knows? Hopefully. To do the water temperature last night as well, it's 12.5 degrees for like May, which is just ridiculous, isn't it? Well, that was 30th of April, but you know, it's just crazy for this time of year. It's just ridiculously cold. I say frost every night. We've forecast frost every night again this week until later on in the week. It's just ridiculous. I didn't really have any intention of coming out today, but with the weather as it is, definitely need to. Look at the state of all this stuff in this canal. It's just, I don't know what has happened. Looks like somebody's ploughed into the reeds and got their propeller in it, tuned it all up. It's a nightmare. All the way down. There's another boat coming. I think with the lockdown restrictions lifting and it being bank holiday weekend, I think everyone's been running off to the boat hiring companies. The canal is absolutely, it's flowing the wrong way, bizarrely, because that's the way it should flow. That's downhill, effectively, as far as the locks go. It's actually pulling that way quite hard at the moment. Tried holding back and it's nothing doing there, so I'll just run it through.
You've been there a couple of days. Sure, I saw you a couple of days in the same spot.
I was actually just along there. And I still haven't had a bite. Well guys, this is not good. Fishing about 15 minutes and I've had one bite. Not great at all. Perhaps I should get the predator rod because I'm not doing any good for the silvers. Oh, there we go. Let's try a different line. Right over here. Got a roach straight away. Looks like a roach. Is it? No, it's a little skimmer. Well, there's nothing going on at all. Absolutely nothing. I would like to get a line going out in the middle, but Again, at the moment, the canal's banging through again. It's going the correct way this time, so I'm assuming someone's opened the lock. It's going through a lock. It's a bit windy. It's a bit chilly. I'm not having the best time of it at the moment. Worth mentioning, guys, as well, I've been asked by a couple of people if I'm going to carry on pole fishing. But the answer to that is no. I'm pole fishing because it is the best method to be using to do what I'm doing. That's the reason. I've no intention of becoming a pole fisherman at all. And the rivers are back open. I shall be back with a fishing rod in hand. In fact, I'm going to have a fishing rod in hand in a minute when I put a dead bait out. But you take my point. I shan't be pole fishing on the rivers because it's not the best way to do things. A nice rod there. So I just realised I didn't show you it. It's not the biggest rod I've ever had. It's time to put my coat on. That's good, we've got a rod. So hopefully there's a few there now. Let's get this on. Looks like we have a shower for 5 minutes. As I'm staying a bit late, I don't want to get wet and cold. But no, the pole fishing really is, because it's absolutely 100% perfect. Perfect method for the canal. If I had a rod here today, well, probably do what I'm doing with a long rod. But if I had a rod here today, it'd be, I'd struggle because I'm able to do what I'm doing. I'm able to just hold the bait exactly where I want it. If the canal's towing, I can just hold it there, or I can run it through. It's absolutely perfect. It's perfect for this, and that's why I'm doing it, really. One thing I do miss about fishing with a rod and line is the playing the fish. The pole, you don't really get to play the fish as such. The elastic does all the work. Blimey. Well, we've got them on a go now, finally, but that is possibly the tiniest fish I've ever caught in the canal. Well, looks like my keep net's getting attacked, guys, so possibly time. A big fizz of bubbles come up from underneath my keep net. Let's feather out quickly. Another skimmer. Another skimmer. I think it's probably time, looking at that, to drop a dead bait down off the end of the keep net. Well, guys, let's see if anything comes of that. Just put half a roach on. Just dropped it off the end of my keep net. Often catch a bonus fish. And there's definitely something down there then. Those bubbles fizzing. Keep net rocking. Bought my decent sized landing net as well, as you can see this time, in case we have any chance encounters like we did last weekend. Well, that's Monday, I should say. Well, catching lots of smaller fish, but unfortunately they're all skimmers. I say it's nice to get bites, but you know, knowing there's some nice roach, some nice rudd, some lovely silver bream in here, that would be my preferred track. And that's really, you know, why I'm using non-fish meal ground bait. So that it doesn't put off the silver species, aside from the bream. You all know bream love fish meal. I really don't know what to do, to be honest, because the pole fishing is not going particularly well. I could go out there on the feeder, but you know, it would be nice to pole fish out there. I'll throw some ground bait in, or put it in the feeder, on the feed, put it in with the feeder. If another boat does come along, it's just going to be gone, dispersed everywhere. Which is no good at all, obviously. So I'm going to try and get it in a tight space. Bit of a quandary as to what to do. Bit loath to put any ground bait out in the track just yet. Plus, you know, I can see where they've gone through and stirred all the bottom up. And like I say, that my ground bait's going to go everywhere. Which, you know, okay, I can put some more in, but the problem is, it's just going to spread all the ground bait around. And I want to concentrate the fish in one place, clearly, you know, where I'm fishing. Tricky one. Let's see if the canal settles down. If it settles down, stops towing, at least there's a chance there's no boats coming. It's settled again now. It does tow, obviously, when someone opens a lock. But, give it 5 or 10 minutes, and if it settles, we'll put a bit of bait out in the track, because like I say, it's nothing happening down on the edge here at all. A few skimmers and a rudd. Nice. A bit bigger. Wow. Wow, it's off across the canal. I might need another section on here. I don't know what this is. It's off across the canal. Blimey. All of a sudden things got interesting. It's, whatever it is, I would have thought it was a bream, really, but I just don't know. It isn't. Proper bream. Wow. It's a proper bream. Got it going as well. Blimey. Bream. Wow. Blimey, now that is a bream. Covered in tubercles, so it's a male, clearly. It's about that. Spin you around a bit. This is about that in the rain. That's a proper one. What a scrap as well. He's absolutely covered in tubercles. I'll probably see. Whole body, absolutely covered. Well, that was a nice surprise. It's proper raining. I was thinking about putting some bait out in the middle, catch some bream. But blimey. I mean, if they're down the edge. And believe it or not, there's another boat coming. I was expecting lots of boats today, as I said, but wasn't quite expecting this many. We can. The rain stopped, which is good. Put a bit of baiting down the track. Decided with the sun not far off the horizon, must be getting on for 8 o'clock now, if not 8 o'clock. I think it's time. There was a boat coming, but they've moored up a little bit further along when that rain hit. I'm hoping they'll stay there now. As I say, I don't want to get a bed of ground bait out and then have it dispersed all over the canal. I'm going to go in with this edge rig first, and I'll be about, from experience, I'm going to be about 9 inches off bottom using that. But we'll try that first. Just if there's any fish milling about. Also chuck the dead bait rod across the other side. Need some cover. Just to see if anything happens with that. Rain was cold though, that's not going to help either. Cold shower. Certainly made my hands cold. Now, I've just gone back down the edge. I've got something reasonable. Hopefully it's a nice red. Like it could be. Isn't it? Not a huge one for this stretch, but reasonable fish. Oh, big as it looked. That's what it was. Lovely fish though, nonetheless. It's definitely been hard going today. So I don't think it's 8 o'clock. Well, it's probably about 8 o'clock looking at the sun. I thought the sun had set, but it hasn't. It was behind the clouds. I thought it was down there, but it's actually up there, behind the clouds. It's like a little gap of blue sky. And I could see the sun, and I thought it had gone down, but I could have a look on my phone, but it's buried in my thigh pocket. Certainly the light levels have gone now. I can see my breath, which is not great. But this stretch does seem very hard going when it's cold. It wasn't supposed to get cold today. Well, I didn't realise I had a bite. I didn't even take the float under or sideways or anything. What's that? Oh, being a bit cavalier there. Well, I think that's a hybrid by the looks of it. Looks very roachy, but it's not a roach. That anal fin is far too long here. I think that's a hybrid. So we're racking up the species. We've had rudd, we've had a roach, hybrid, bream. Well guys, what I've done is I've dispensed with the rod on the alarm for now. It's just on the alarm, sat there at the moment. What I've done is set up a, or got set up, I haven't set it up because it just lives set up. I've got a float ledger set up there. There's something rattling away at the end of my keep net again. Just gently. I mean, there's a decent sized bream in there, so it may be that, but knocking on the keep net. I've just dropped that half a roach in there. If there is a fish after that, after my keep net again, pike. It's knocking away, definitely. Definitely looks like it's being pulled to me. Let's get this pole rig in for a minute and we'll perhaps jig that up and down. See if we can reduce the take. Definitely something going on there. Jig that roach up and down. Yeah, there we go. You've got it this time. You're twitching it and twitching it, twitching it. And it looks like he's got it this time. It's quite a big bait. Now I've got circle hooks on, so too concerned about letting him have it for a few minutes, a few seconds even. Still see the float. Let's see what we've got. Oh, some weight there. Bit of line out. Doesn't feel particularly light. Still running circles at the moment. Decent pike. Got my handle extended. There we go. Wow. Oh, that's a nice pike. Oh, blimey. That was good timing. Oh, that looks like a lovely fish. Fantastic. We'll let this, we'll leave him in the net, let this shower pass over, then we'll have a look at it. So guys, we won't be having a look at him because he managed, just as I was getting him out of the water, he leapt out of the landing net. I'd managed to unhook himself because I use barbless circle hooks. I would imagine that's the reason. Managed to unhook himself and it cleared off. So that's that. Anyway, it wasn't huge. I don't know, £8 or so I should think. Somewhere around there. Oh, what a strange old session this is. Oh, very strange. Strange old session. Anyway, I'm sure he'll leave my keep net alone now. We're still catching on the pole, which is good. After that interlude. Oh, blimey. It says that. Gets it tangled around the bush. There we go. And a little rud. Fab. Well, thankfully this evening it's not turned off, as I mentioned it keeps doing. That looks, I don't know what that is. That's hybrid again, I think. Looks like, yeah, we might have a reasonable session into dark. Because it's often switched off by now. The sun has gone down now. When it goes cold, it's definitely switched off by now. But it's a lot less cold tonight. Blimey, that won't take long. Right, obviously over the feed down the track. Worm, I would imagine it's a bream, I would think. Not very huge, but get a bite very quickly. Yeah. Bream as suspected. Come on, you come. Nice one, actually. Fab. Wow, I found the ground bait, that's for sure. Absolutely adore watching a float in a torch, in the torch light. Wonderful. Again, I can just hold that back because I'm on a pole. If I was fishing with a rod, I'd have to be fishing the lift method to keep the bait in one place, and I found it very tricky in the past to just get the bait in exactly the same place. I find I have to keep moving the torch, whereas this way I can always move the rig into the torch. Canal is still towing. I can just keep it in the right place. Well, let's have a look at these fellas before we get off home. Skimmers, more bits and pieces. Little rud, a few little rud, didn't we? Be careful. A little rud. Of course, these two bream covered in their tubicles. There's the other one. There we go. Two nice bream. Fab. few bits and pieces. Back you go. Couple more. A hybrid. Little rudd and that hybrid. That's it. Well, what a strange old session that was. Yeah, very, very strange one tonight. And the prophecy came true as well. As I said, it does seem to be when it gets colder here, when the air temperature drops, the sport drops, and that's exactly what happened. And it was later tonight. It's a milder night tonight, and it's probably about 8 degrees now, 7 or 8 degrees. And it does seem to be when it gets below about 8 or 9 degrees that the sport drops off here. It's very peculiar. Tonight it carried on into dark, and I thought, oh, this is going to be good. But it just got a little bit colder after that, and that was it. It's gone absolutely dead. I fished a pole till, I don't know, maybe 10 o'clock, and nothing at all. Not a nibble, not a bite. I mean, I could tell. You can tell, can't you, when you fish a float? If there's fish there, the float will move around and you'll get slight dips. Nothing, absolutely nothing. So in the end, for the last sort of hour, it's about 11 now. For the last hour, I put both predator rods out, deadbait rods out, but I have not had a touch. It's just the whole place has gone flat calm. Nothing doing, nothing moving, no fish topping, nothing. We really need this weather to warm up, but there's no sign of that till the end of the week. Oh dear. But I shall get out before that. Not sure exactly doing what, but got a few ideas. That's for next time. So all there is left to do is say thank you very much for watching. Tight lines. Hope you enjoyed that bizarre session. Enjoy your own angling if you get out. Stay safe out there. Many thanks to the channel patrons, and I'll see you all again very soon.